Well, folks, I said I pop on for a half-time analysis on this game. This is an absolute shambles so far. We've had a couple of chances, don't get me wrong, but it just shows that there's something going on with this squad. There's something going on with these tactics. Something going on just around the club as a whole. It's just, yeah, fair enough. Yang did hit the crossbar with a header. It was a good save with the Livy keeper, but need a goal. There's some delivery by Neugren as well. Lovely ping by Neubern, right foot, right over to it. So see what happens. See if anyone tunes in. So I go live on my phone. Bit different than normal. Yang's down. How's it going, Sarah? I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Oh, hope it's not another injury. I swear it's just typical Celtic get flooded with injuries going into crucial games. I know we have the likes of Callum McGregor on the bench, Tierney on the bench, and I did say yesterday in my podcast if he's wearing tune in, the team was going to be similar to this today, and people are moaning at the form that the squad's been put out with this so far. I'm I'm happy what I've seen so far. Okay, they're always going to try and walk the ball in the back of the net at the end of the day, but that was some delivery to Yang and some header. But you know what? Inamura is playing well. Inamura is playing pretty well. Shinamada, his link-up play has been pretty decent. A couple of chances so scored in the second minute, and then obviously the disallowed goal because Arnie Ingles was offside, and then he slotted over to him as well. So look, let the I just want to see. I'm watching this by a minute or two behind, so just want to see what the reaction is at half time. Couldn't catch the first half. How are we faring up? To be honest with you, a lot of possession as expected. Bernardo's playing all right. Um, Ingles is playing all right. It's just we just Negrin's playing pretty decent. It's just we can't put the ball in the back of there. We've basically we've hit the crossbar well. The keeper saved onto the crossbar. Yang had a header just on the stroke at half time as well. So we'll get a goal hopefully. How are you getting on, Jack? I hope you're well though. Hope you're doing well. These players haven't had a competitive game, so considering Livy sit back and pack the box. Well, that's majority of teams are going to do that at Celtic Park. They're going to put 10 men behind the ball, and fair enough, Livy did have a bit of competitive football before Celtic in the League Cup as well. That, but like few bills, not too many bills, which is good. You know, I'm not too bad. So 0-0 at half time. Will Rogers changed it around. I thought Shinamadas played well. Yang obviously unfortunate not to score with that header, but 0-0. A lot of things can change, especially the second half. I know a lot of you are still thinking about Tuesday night on the brain Tuesday night, but let's just get through this game today. And as I said yesterday, I had a feeling he was gonna rotate the squad, play Dane Murray, um, play Bernardo, and it's good for Paulo Bernardo. He does look productive in there. I'd say he'll bring Callum McGregor on for the second half, probably 60 minutes in. The same with Tierney as well. He might actually not play Tierney, not risk him for this crucial game for Tuesday night. But it's just sad when you get fans ripping it into scales because he's wearing the captain's armband. You have to support a team that goes out and support the crop of players. I know Scales has had a few bad performances in his career, but when you're ripping him apart saying he's not good enough to be, he shouldn't be captain that team. Yeah, people might say Casper Schmeichel with the wealth of experience, but obviously the gaffer went with Scales, outfield player, pushing the messages across. So kind of expected. I had a feeling we could have been one of these nil all at half time and maybe beat them 3-0 full time. So see what happens. Four people giving us a likes up. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it. How's everyone getting on? Have you been impressed with the performance so far? Is it too lackluster for you? Is it too much? I wouldn't risk Tierney isn't offering much. Um, that team is capable of beating Livy. I think Ian Morris played well. I just think with Tierney with experience, a bit of leadership, but Inamora's played well. You can't fault his pass. You can't fault him pressing up the pitch as well. Um, Looked quite sturdy at times. I know Rodgers came out and said during the week he's not a Champions League player. Yeah, you wouldn't have the trust of putting him in against top players. But we need to get into this Champions League, don't we? That's the most important thing. But I'm just looking at the highlights here. Let's see. Inamura, Shin's header. Lovely cross by Inamura to Yamada, by the way. That was a save. The keeper on the 35th minute. How's it going, D-Mac? How are you getting on? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. That was a lovely cross by Inamura to Yamada. Look at it. Livy's keeper, you have to give him a bit of praise. He has pulled off some cracking saves, especially the save onto the crossbar. If you were Rodgers, would you walk? Well, he's not going to walk. To be honest with you, Jack, I do feel like he's getting thrown under the bus, to be honest. Like he's not, there's not enough. Look, why are the board not coming out and giving a bit of clarity to the fans, saying, look, it was a disappointing result the other night. We're fully behind the manager. We're fully behind the squad. We're going to invest in the squad. A statement like that would kind of relax nerves around the stadium, around the fan base. But there's no communication with them. Negrin, that was the 38th minute, and then they had that block as well. But to be honest, Rodgers will see it out. West Ham could be calling soon at this rate, but I don't think Rodgers will leave for the English Premiership unless it's the end of the season. And it's a pity though, because he wants to stay at Celtic, to be honest. He does want to stay at Celtic, and he wants to obviously bring players in, develop them, have a good crack at Europe, but he's been restricted so much, and he's not getting the tools to build that squad to compete at actually winning games at the Champions League and going a step further than last season. But right now, as I said yesterday on the podcast, we're well off it. And if we get through Tuesday night, the board really need to get their finger out as well and start spending. They should be getting they should have got the finger out anyway weeks ago. So my guy Mo says Negrin looks tidy in the middle and wide. He looks pretty good. A couple of decent crosses. Looks sharp as well. And you never know, it could be the replacement for Nicholas Keown down the line. Just needs to settle. I don't blame Rodgers for not signing. I don't blame Rodgers for not signing extension. He won't. He hasn't even been offered yet an extension. That's the thing, Sarah. He hasn't been offered yet. The board, they don't have the ambition. But you gotta look at Rodgers has worked with Liverpool. He's worked with Leicester, and he had the kind of same treatment with Leicester in his final season where the board want to back him, and that's the question marks out there for me. Is it a case that he has a broken relationship with the board, even though he said yesterday things are fine and people are making a lot of nonsense out of it. Usual kid, piss Keith, what a load of shy. That Angles is maybe will tell Rodgers who to get rid of. Well, look at hopefully. How's it going, Stephen? Hope you're well. Is that little wave thing you can do there? No, you can't do it. Can't do it on this. But it's a kind of competition. But that was some save by Livy's keeper. But we should be up 2-0 in this game. Should be up 2-0. Yamada has a couple of chances and he's looking more productive than Ida has, to be honest with you. Like Ida obviously is out injured, but previous games at Ida, it's just a lack of being creating chances. Watching the well, switching between games, they look good. Hopefully goals scored in the second half for the champions. Who are Motherwell playing? Who are they playing at the moment? Just watching this on Celtic TV, so shocking he hasn't been offered. I'm sorry, but the best manager to take us forward, but the board are fucking around. But that's like last night I put a post up about Ange and saying Ange is probably the favourite to take the Nottingham Forest job. And you get people, the usual crap, people all writing under, oh, let's take Ange back, come home. what's the point of Ange going to a club that's not appealing? As much as the fans love him, it's about the logistics side. What's the point of you going into a job if you're not getting the tools to do the job? And if they're not going to back Rendon, what's saying they're going to back Ange? To be honest with you, as much as I love Ange, I think it'd be a bad decision Ange coming back to Celtic. Personally, I just think the board are not going to fuck him over like they are. Like look at the state of affairs when Ange first came in. We didn't have a middleman. Still kind of don't have a middleman. I don't rate Paul Tisdale. I haven't seen much of him, heard much of him. Or they're playing Hearts Eddie. But Ange was doing all the phone calls. Ange was doing all the recruitment in his first season. It just shows the state of affairs there that these boys are on good salaries and they're not putting the work in. And there was talks yesterday, obviously, of a delegation going off to Belgium to get this Balikwisha deal over the line. But just put in Shin, Shin, He's definitely got something that Brendan Rodgers can work with. He looks like a good player so far. He just needs that goal just to boost his confidence and get him in there, like, you know. So 0-0 at half time. Celtic could drop points today, folks, as much as I don't like saying it. As it stands, Celtic could be dropping 2 points today. Going into next week for the big Glasgow derby next week. Well, hopefully St. Mirren will beat them as well this weekend. But it's about what we do. It's what we do. 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry about that. Just disconnected for a minute. We should win. We should win. But as I said, at this moment in time, it's not all. So I'm sure Martindale will be telling his team to keep parking the bus, and you know, if there's a counter attack chance, they'll try to make something for it. But it looks quite steady at the back with Celtic anyway. You know, nothing that has really threatened us. We do got a strong bench. I think Rodgers will go to the bench around the final 30 minutes of the game as well. We shall see. I'm going to stay on for another 2 minutes. I'll jump off. I'm going to come back on at full time. Have a chat with you. See what the final outcome is. Hopefully we'll be celebrating a Shin Amada goal, and this is a team that's been promoted as well, like to the Premiership, and they're drawing 0-0 at home, and I'm sure other opposition teams are laughing at us, are licking their lips, saying, well, if Livy can hold it like that, we should be able to hold it. But it just depends on Celtic's strongest team that you could feel as well. If they want to bring Tierney, Callum on, Maeda on, Kenny as well. I think Forrest is Forrest in that on that bench. I'm not sure. I didn't really keep Lloyd too much on the bench. I know Carter Vickers is on it. But yeah, the board won't give Brendan the money for players. He won't sign a contract extension. Because the board won't give him the money. Well, do you blame him not signing a contract extension if he does get offered it? If he's not offered the guarantees of, right, we're going to give you more of an input into transfers, we're going to give you more of a say, we're going to give you this amount on a kitty. Worst case scenario, if you're in the Europa League, you're getting 20 million. If you're in the Champions League, we're going to give you 30 odd million. Like that kind of, like, I don't think they'll even spend 20 million in the Europa League. Like, but the thing is, like, the pros and cons is we all want to be in the Champions League by Tuesday night. We all want to be in that competition, and you know, looking forward to the draw on Thursday, is it? The league phase. We all want to be there, but at the same time, I'm a bit anxious going into it if we do qualify because of the lack of quality in that squad, the lack of, you know, experience. Just besides Callum, Carter, Kasper, Tierney, the rest of the squad are very inexperienced when it comes to the Champions League. Like Scales, fair enough, he had a couple of campaigns in the Champions League, but you don't want to be going into the best competition in club football and getting absolutely smashed as well. It's not a good night out, to be honest. As much as you want the music and the occasion, it's not about the occasion, it's about the result that matters. That's why you are going to the games, for the results, for a positive result, not to be smashed and being spending 50 quid on a ticket. You know, I'd rather a part of me, I know this is I know a lot of people don't agree with this, and I understand you don't agree, but a part of me is like, I love to just, have a proper smash in the Europa League, have it actually run in the Europa League and actually win games and go far in it. But it all depends on Tuesday night. If we win, be a massive heat on the board to get players in going into the final days of the window. And to be honest with you, I think it'll be a couple of loan moves. I think they'll go the cheap route, as always. If it's not the Champions League, the Europa League, I still think they're not going to invest in the squad that they want, that you'd expect. So see what happens. See what happens. Right, folks, I'm jumping off. I'm going to watch the second half of this game, and hopefully we'll have a positive result. Callum McGregor's out warming up anyway. Hope we'll have a positive result. A full time, fingers crossed, and hopefully it'll be three valuable points and we can move on, and we'll talk about Tuesday. All right. I shall speak to you all soon.